Hey there. This last week has been really cold and wet, and it has been very difficult to get motivated in the mornings. Not just for me, Dickie Doo's been having some trouble as well. But I made this New Year's resolution for 2023 that I would do my sun salutations every single day. It's only been 40 days, but I'm sticking with it, and it does help on these nasty mornings to get started. I've put a couple links in the description about the science behind yoga. I find it fascinating. And just like that, the pergola snapped in half. We've had really crazy strong winds. Now this event wasn't a complete surprise because the pergola had been infested despite being treated regularly and being that super duper baked wood that's supposed to be completely without infestation. After 15 years, it was completely destroyed. I have some pictures of what it looked like before it snapped that I took the first time I was taking the drone out and practicing. I don't want to even think about what it's going to cost to replace. It's about 50 square meters. I have workers coming to help me cut the pergola down because I don't know how to use a chainsaw. And it's probably not something I'm ever going to learn how to do. You can see it almost looks like woodpecker damage, but this wasn't caused by birds. I'm not sure what caused it. If you have any ideas, I'd be very curious to hear them. I've never been able to see what it is, an insect, a worm, but it managed to destroy the entire pergola in a matter of months. Όλα κουνιέται, είναι πολύ πικίνινο. Γι' αυτό λέω μήπως να κόψει αυτό το κομμάτι.
Εμείς λέμε να πέσει έτσι, γιατί δεν παθαίνει τίποτα αυτό.
Όχι, δεν παθαίνει.
Ata pres gjysëm që jasë një rëndorë. Jo, ata, jo. Të këtë poshtë. Bjerë këtë gjysë. Ja, të gjysë. Nuk ka në një gustokë, në një kasë, në një gustokë. Ja, dhe kjo është këtoj.
Πρόσεξε όμως, να το κόψουμε. Ναι, κατάλαβα. Απλά μην κάτσεις από κάτω. Wow. Μπράβο. Τώρα σιγά σιγά θα φύγει όλα. way to do it. Next.
Marcie, bara ligga och ta och med bensinen. Kör galliet på dig.
Älä. Sitä pois axilla inne.
Να ανοίξει χώρα να το βάλει εδώ μετά.
Ακριβώς. Μη ανησυχείς. Όπου σε βουλεύει. Όπου σε βουλεύει. Είναι τόσο πολλά. Δεν θα το τελειώσουμε σήμερα. Τώρα αυτά τα 3 όρθια είναι έτοιμα να πέφτουν, Εδώ, 1, 2, 3.
Θα φύγει όλα τώρα, γιατί αυτό
Ναι, ναι.
θα το ανοίξουμε τάκ.
Μπράβο, παιδιά. We had to stop last night because it was getting dark. So the men are going to come back today in the afternoon and finish taking this pergola down and getting this wood cut up to a size that can be used in the stove. Noise is coming from this cat, Junior, who I did spay, actually neuter. He's such a loud mouth. He won't let me come near him or pet him, but he definitely lets me feed him. There was a break in the weather, so I got some acorn processed. It's absolutely freezing cold in Greece. I don't usually make acorn flour at this time of year because I rely on solar methods during the process. But I've got a special order from somebody I met at the World Agroforestry Conference in France, and I want to make sure that they get the absolutely freshest, best quality acorn flour that I have available. Then the weather got even worse, and there was really not much to do except stay inside and try to stay warm. The problem is my fireplace smokes really badly when it's windy, and so it's very, very difficult to keep the house warm since this is the main source of heat for now. It's 6 degrees in the house, if that. It's really cold, and these are not working. There's no heat in the house because the gas boat that supplies fuel decided to take a very long break this winter. Hasn't been here for 2 months and may not get back for another month. So it's as much as I said I like a cold house, this is way too much. I'm going to use this nervous energy to go downstairs and clean my kitchen. It's worse than I realized. But the good news is that I'm ready to bottle St. John's Wort as soon as I get this kitchen cleaned up. I'll show you more about that. Here's a very useful tip. How to carry 6 of these at one time. There are 3, and 3 in the other hand. This is something I learned from the vineyards. Now it's time to do a job that I've been avoiding for a while. I have several different pans and vats with St. John's Wort soaking in olive oil, and I needed to conglomerate them all into one stainless steel vat and get it all strained out and filtered. Now, it usually takes anywhere from 40 days to a few months to make St. John's wort oil. I like to leave mine in the oil for about a year so that it's extra strong. This particular batch was left in for 3 full years because of the COVID crisis. In Greece, this healing oil is called spathola, though, which literally translates to sword oil because they were said to have brought it with them during the Crusades for sword wounds. Well, that was a start. I'm going to have to come back here tomorrow and continue, but at least I got it to the point where I can bring a cleaner in here to help me. Everything's back in its place. This is a standard St. John's wort oil. It's perfectly fine. That's what you find on the market generally. And this is the stuff that I let infuse for 3 full years during the COVID crisis. You can see the difference. It's quite extraordinary. I'm guessing that you could even water this down with oil and make it go twice as far, but I'm going to be using it in this strength and see what the results are. Here's some sample jars that I have around just to show people what it actually is. And these are the weeds, the St. John's wort, submerged in olive oil. That's all it is. And it's emitting this gorgeous red medicinal element. St. John's is a wildflower, and it's picked around the feast day of St. John, hence the name, in June. During a waning moon, it's generally considered better to cut medicinal plants during a waning moon for increased healing properties. On the Greek islands, almost every family puts up a bottle or 2 of this every year for their family. This healing oil goes back to ancient times. This stuff is actually miraculous for cuts, burns, abrasions, deep contusions, anything that ails the skin, eczema. It also has mood-enhancing qualities, much like CBD creams. And the only thing you have to be a little bit careful about is it can cause photosensitivity. So you don't want to use it in direct sunlight. And it's probably better to put on either at nighttime or underneath your clothing. I couldn't live without this stuff, actually. So now the only thing I need to put some labels on and they'll be ready to go. Never seen this one before. This is the 7th cat that has found me as a means to get fed during this nasty weather. I can't let them starve. They're all stray, but it is getting a little bit out of control. So I'm not having an easy week, but then there's this. This is Evia Island off in the distance that I see on my way to yoga. And over here on the right-hand side of the screen is Andros Island, also covered with snow. And on my way back from yoga, this is the scene. I truly am blessed to be surrounded by such beauty. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please be sure to subscribe and like and leave a comment. Until next time, have a good one.